This week on D Space Pride, a gay Star Trek podcast, we do some catching up on Strange New Worlds. And Mike has COVID. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Johnson.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. It has finally happened.
You
I
finally
have
got
COVID.
it. The bitch finally got
Fin-
you.
the bitch finally got me. Yes.
Well, it was
So,
totally about time because basically everyone around you has gotten COVID and you were missing out. So,
I don't know if I was missing out, but yes. The 2.5 year waiting period has apparently passed for me, and here we are.
yeah. It's funny.
So,
Everyone has it like at work right now. It's like
5,000 gays can go on a cruise and you never hear about them getting COVID, but I go to one brunch with three people and I get COVID.
was it
So,
indoors? Did you guys eat indoors?
yeah, it was indoors, but it was it was at the Smith in Midtown, not in Midtown in
Lincoln Center? That one or
no, further south, the one yeah, Herald Square area, whatever.
Oh, okay. The one
Um,
around Flatiron.
Yeah, Flatiron, that's what it is. See, I can't even think. It's on
Your
Broadway.
brain is mushy.
So yeah, no, it's got high ceilings. The doors were open, air was flowing. It was just.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so obviously, I got it from someone who I was having brunch with, but did not expect it at all. So
Oh,
here we are.
yeah. Again, it was just a numbers game. Sooner or later, it's gonna happen. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So, are
yep.
you and Dennis
So
gonna? Do you guys decide what you're gonna do? Are you gonna quarantine or what?
yeah, we're gonna keep space apart, but I mean, so I went and got an official test today so that it could be recorded and then I can get a travel letter saying that if I test positive while we're traveling, I've had COVID.
Right.
So, but he hasn't. He got it back in January, so yeah. So, it's still up for grabs that he could get it again. So,
Yeah. So wait, are you guys in a quarantine from each other? Are you gonna?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. No, we'll separate. Yeah, we'll separate. We're not gonna like quarantine like back in the day, but we're
so
not
is one of
gonna
you sleeping
like,
in the living room?
yeah, yeah. Dennis is gonna sleep in the living room.
Oh, that's annoying.
So, yeah, it's fine. So yeah, it is what it is. It's here we are. It finally got me.
Basically, if
So,
you're a couple nowadays, you need a two bedroom just because if one of you gets COVID,
I
basically.
mean, think of all of the people in New York City. I mean, thousands of couples live in a one bedroom or
I
smaller,
know. Or a
and
studio. I don't
or
know.
a studio, and this is not. It wouldn't be possible. I mean, I still know people who are couples who both work from home and have a very small space, and they've been doing this for over 2 years. So,
Yeah, no, it's
uh,
incredible. It takes a so it's very draining. I can't imagine actually dealing with all that. But
yeah, having someone having to work hybridly and
you guys
or
have done
not
it
hybridly.
a couple of times because there was like a scare. There was almost COVID, and then when you did get COVID, Dennis got COVID for sure, for real.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
and now you
This
have
is our third
third
go
time,
at it. So
third time.
yeah. Yep. So yeah. Third time in what? What are we talking about here? Like 7-8 months.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Well,
But
like you said, though, better to get it now than when you're traveling, because then that'll be
yeah,
terrible.
or even a week before we travel, right? If we're less than a week away from traveling, it's just a mess. So, yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm congested. I have, a tickling in the back of my throat that will not go away.
I'm sure it'll get worse.
Um, oh, thank you. That's exciting. But
Yeah.
it's already irritating. It's already irritating. So I can't wait for it to get worse.
Yes.
Actually, my symptoms are really mild. I'm thankful,
Yeah. Well,
science.
you're vaccinated and boosted because you believe in science, right?
Yes.
And
Correct.
and yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like you have any sort of underlying issues, so you should be fine.
Right. Yeah. So it's just a challenging time of year. Yeah, but it is what it is. So I'll be masking up for the next 10 days, and there are days where I still have to go outside and walk the puppy.
Walk the
So
dog. At what point is
life
he not a puppy
continues.
anymore? Like a year?
Uh, in 3 weeks, he'll technically be a year old. So
So once is a year, then he's not a puppy anymore.
I mean, yeah, he'll still be our puppy or baby, whatever. But yeah, he's approaching 1 year, and
Oh.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Life is constantly evolving and interesting. So what more can we say?
There's always a lot going on. Well, I'm going to London for work I don't remember if I mentioned that on the podcast. I'm going to London for work in mid-July. And I think I said it to you, if I get COVID and I can't leave London, I will burn down that city. Like, I'll be so upset. I'll be so upset. Last thing I need is to be sick and stuck in another country. I really don't need that.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be worse. I mean, there are worse. I wouldn't, it's not like you're traveling for work, so work would continue to pay for it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they would comp me or
Yeah.
something like this.
Yeah.
They would make
So,
you come
I
out
mean,
and now you're sick.
there are worse situations. You could be traveling for fun, have nothing to do with work, and be trapped in another country.
Right. And then
Whereas,
show up your own pocket or something.
yes, exactly. Whereas this wouldn't be that way for you, fortunately. But yeah, it is out there. It's going around, and yeah, I didn't
And
I mean,
Mike,
we went.
happy birthday. Forgot to announce it on this podcast. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Your
Thank
birthday
you.
was 2 days ago. It was Monday. This past Monday.
It was Monday.
We're recording on a Wednesday. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Mike. How does it feel?
Thank you.
Except except now you're sick. So other than the COVID, how do you feel?
It's fine. Yeah. No, yeah, it was good. I had a nice birthday dinner. I had a nice pre-birthday dinner with you and our friend Tony and Dennis, and we had a nice birthday dinner, Dennis and I, and yeah, it was good. It was a nice birthday.
Oh wait, so is this Saturday canceled?
What is this Saturday, by the way? See, I don't even know what.
Oh my God! Remember you?
Oh yeah,
we were over.
Yeah, no, we're not having people over, obviously. Yes, I will be quarantining from the world for at least.
Oh, that's sad. I was looking forward to it. That would have been fun.
Yeah,
I was
there
like,
will be no.
I was like, this affects something, but I can't put my finger on it.
That's funny because I erased it from the whiteboard. I think we talked about it last night.
Oh, you just erased all your plans?
I mean, I erased going to work. I erased the barbecue that we were gonna have. Yeah.
No.
So,
oh, that's sad. Yeah, that honestly, when I got COVID like a month ago, that was the saddest thing. To cancel all my social plans.
Yeah, yeah.
It's disruptive. It's disruptive. My plans, I mean, my social life.
Yeah. Fortunately, there is at least some TV to watch, so that's always good. Like, The Orville is back. Obi-Wan's still going on. Miss Marvel is
I haven't watched
there.
Miss Marvel yet. Have you?
We just started watching right before we recorded. We watched half of the first episode.
Okay.
So, and
I
then
never.
It's getting ready for it's getting rave reviews. Rave.
Oh,
Like
really?
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's I well, as of yesterday, I think it was, it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and Obi-Wan is I haven't watched this week's episode yet, but the first three episodes have been really interesting.
It's interesting. It's a little, not to delve into off topic too much. I didn't actually love the third episode. I don't know what you felt about it. The whole, I mean, spoilers, I guess, but the showdown of Darth Vader, I don't know. I actually, it felt like very low energy to me, despite the, like how monumentous the meeting is. I don't, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know
was
what it was. Like it didn't
it
feel
was
like very,
subdued.
it was very
It was
subdued.
subdued. But then again,
And
Obi-Wan is
it wasn't
very
like,
subdued in
but it
this.
wasn't like, yeah, but I don't know. Something was like off about it to me. And maybe it wasn't enough build up because it's already, it's only 6 episodes and already in episode 3 we get this meeting. I don't know. Something felt off about it to me. I felt there was something missing. But it's okay. It's interesting. It's interesting because we're meeting Obi-Wan at a very low point in his life.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's very different from what we've seen before. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is very different than what we're used to. So I think that that's part of it. I think that that's it's not Revenge of the
it's
Sith.
not Revenge of the Sith, right? I was just about to say that. It's not like the showdown in Revenge
it's
of the
not
Sith, which
that.
was amazing. Despite
Yes.
all the qualms that we have with episodes 1 through 3, that was the showdown between Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is a
Very, very
different tone.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you hear that he did sort of say I don't know if it was a joke or not. He said at Star Wars Celebration, "Are you guys ready for?" And he started numbering the episodes, and he went beyond 6. He said 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
He said a
really?
bunch more. Yeah, so there's speculation that there's going to be a second season.
Oh, okay.
So, which would be cool. I mean, I'm really looking for I'm so as background lately this week, whatever, I've been watching the Book of Boba Fett again, and
Oh,
just as
God.
background,
Okay.
and Ahsoka was in the episode I was watching today,
Uh-huh.
and I'm looking forward to the Ahsoka series. I'm
Yeah.
not, and I didn't even realize this. Also, like we have an Andor coming
In
later
August.
this summer, and they said that's like a 24
Is it
episode
24?
series, like 2 series of 12 episodes. I was
Oh,
like,
okay. I
holy
did hear it's a
crap!
12 episode season. Yeah, that's long.
So I'm like, wow, that's a
I'm
lot.
excited for Andor.
I am not, to be honest. I
Ooh.
have no, I don't.
I loved Rogue One.
Oh, I did too. Don't get me wrong. I really did enjoy Rogue One. I
And I feel
enjoyed
that if
Rogue
they
One.
captured just a little bit of that, it'd be great.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. This is obviously pre Rogue One,
Correct.
but it, yeah. We're clearly going into off topic here.
Well, at least from what we saw, there's no like more Tatooine. I'm like, get out, Tatooine. No more Tatooine, no more deserts. Like, please show us other stuff in the universe. Like, because there's so many
Fair
options.
enough. Um,
We spent so
Fair
much
enough.
time on Tatooine.
So yeah. I mean, I'll watch Andor. Obviously, I just have no expectations for it, and
Oh,
I'm
then
not.
maybe you be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, Obi-Wan is
Yeah, we'll
it's
see.
like it's like scratching a certain itch for me. But I'm not like blown away by it. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. There's 3 more
Oh,
episodes.
I've enjoyed it because it really is about Obi-Wan. Like it's sort of like the same thing with Picard, right? Picard is about Picard, and then there's all the
Sure.
characters around Picard. This is the exact same thing. This is Obi-Wan and all the characters around Obi-Wan. So it's a different, there's actually a little bit of similarity between the two of those shows, in the
Yeah, a
sense
little
of
bit.
the tone is very similar. Like it just both main characters are
They've been hiding for like a decade or
yeah, they've
more.
been finding
They're at a
they've been
low
out
point in
of
their lives. They're close to
yeah, I was just gonna say they're at a low point in their lives, and so yeah, so there's some definite
I mean,
similarities.
Obi-Wan's infinitely better than Picard, in my opinion. But I can see what you mean in terms of the
I mean, it's
parallels.
different. Yeah, they're different. I'm not trying to compare. I'm comparing them very generally. Not they both have much different things about them. But yeah, this is a very different Obi-Wan, and
I mean, it
he's
makes
not.
sense. I mean, by the time that we see him in episode 4, New Hope, obviously he's very even despite the messiness of how we start with episode 4 versus where we start with episode 1, like he's obviously aged, like he's like many decades
Oh
older,
yeah,
and he's at a
yes,
very
yeah.
different point in his life. um but yeah, I mean, I guess this is to show how he got to that point, and he wasn't just living in a desert for like 20 something years. He did other stuff,
Yeah,
so which makes
which
sense.
seems pretty reasonable to think that, he got into some trouble in the intervening 20 years.
Yeah, it's 20 years is a long time. Though apparently Picard was on his chateau for how many years? Was it close to
14,
20
I
years?
think.
20 years?
No, it's 14, like
Was it 14?
85 to 99. Yeah, 85 to 99.
Yes, you're correct. Yeah, 14 years, 14
Yep.
years. Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh.
So there's stuff to watch. And yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I know you're not caught up, but For All Mankind is coming back. That's
I'm
exciting.
not. Oh, I did watch the first episode of The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Kim was not in
mildly
that episode.
She's not. I'm mildly interested, and somehow Apple TV continued to play the second episode, which I thought it wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
This is a Showtime thing, unless somehow it triggered a Showtime
Wait, did you
subscription.
resubscribe to Apple TV?
No, it was so I was watching the Apple keynote on Monday afternoon on my birthday. And then so I was in the Apple TV app on the big screen TV in our living room, and I was looking for something to watch after it, and I saw For All Mankind, not For All Mankind. I saw The Man Who Fell to Earth. So free
Well,
first
if you
episode.
need shit to watch, there's a lot of stuff for you to catch up on Apple TV Plus.
Yes. Well, depending on how I feel and what's happening with me physically, yes, I may re-up for a month and watch.
There's
some
For All Mankind season 3,
2.
2. Yes, 2. Oh God, season 3 is coming. Season 3 is upcoming.
Yes.
Season 2, Foundation, The Morning Show.
Did I watch Foundation? I watched.
No,
maybe I watched the
you did
first
not.
episode.
You did not.
I watched the first episode.
Trying to get you to watch it. I was like bugging you.
I did watch the first episode. I did watch the first episode of Foundation.
It gets better.
So yeah, well, there's more out there, yes. And then I still haven't watched. There's some stuff on HBO Max that I want to watch.
Stranger Things.
I'm behind. I'm way behind on Stranger Things. Umbrella Academy is coming back shortly. Soon.
Yes.
Very soon, like this week, tomorrow.
Is it?
Friday?
Is
tomorrow,
it?
Friday? Something like that, yeah. So that's one I'll watch. Yeah. Yeah. So
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot. And I haven't been watching TV because work's been crazy and I've had all this other stuff going on. And now my body is saying, hey, guess what? You're gonna chill out for a while.
Well, that's a good excuse to not do anything and catch up on things, I suppose.
Yes. So anyway, Yeah.
Were you gonna ask me a question?
I don't know. If I ask it, if I remember it, I'll ask it, but I
Okay.
don't recall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you
So
can
maybe
start a
we
new
should talk.
maybe you can start a new hobby. You can start a fish tank. You want mine?
No,
The mic frame?
I will. I will show you. Hello.
Oh my God. All right. Well, for those of our viewers that can't see anything, which are all of you, our listeners, Mike got the Optimus Prime Lego set. How much did that
Yes.
cost?
I don't remember. Over 100.
Oh God. Well,
But I mean, yeah,
transforms.
it transforms. It's 1,500 pieces. It's yeah, it's my birthday present to myself.
Okay, that's great.
I love Transformers growing up. Loved it.
I like Transformers. But maybe not that much.
Well,
But
I mean, I love Legos, so yes,
you do love Legos. Yes, it's a good it's a confluence of different things you like. So,
yes,
hey,
there's
so now
Star
you have
Wars
time to
Legos.
now you have time to put that together.
Yes, yes. So yeah, exactly. I was just telling Dennis at dinner on Monday night. I was like, all I want is some. Literally, I said this. All I want is some downtime to just watch TV and build my Optimus Prime. And here we are, 2 days
And
later.
now you
Apparently, I made a birthday wish, and the universe
and it
granted
happened.
me. And the
Yeah.
universe granted me COVID. Thank you, universe. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So yeah, so yes.
See,
So I'll get
God's
some time
always
to build
listening.
Optimus Prime. I mean that I'm still I need to set up my new bookcase is built. I just need to set it up, put the
I still think you should
organize
start
it.
a new hobby.
No, I think I have plenty to do. I have other side
Just a
gigs things
suggestion.
going on too. No, I do not want a fish tank. There's no. Yeah, no. I have a dog. That is all the hobby in that realm that I need is the dog. So yeah. But this last time I checked, we do a Star Trek podcast.
That's
So
true.
maybe we should talk about some. Maybe should we talk? Other than the Picard drop in, we haven't talked any Star Trek. So maybe we should.
True. Well, we didn't do an episode last week because of scheduling, so we had some catching up to do, and I'm sure our listeners are really fascinated with what's going on in our personal lives. So
Yes.
Here we are, 22 minutes in, but I'm sure everyone appreciates the update.
Hopefully, if not, you can skip ahead.
Yeah.
Although I'm not going to go back and edit myself in saying, hey, if you don't want to hear all the banter, skip ahead 22 minutes.
Yeah, what are we going to do? Like put in the show notes when we're actually start talking about the episode? That's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Anyway.
So let's talk about some Star Trek.
All right. Well, we have 2 episodes to talk about this week, though, because thank you, Paramount, for granting us screener access. I'm farther ahead than you are. I'm on like episode 8. So I'm trying to remember episode 4 and 5 because I just watched episode 7 and 8 yesterday, which of course we're not going to spoil, but my mind is elsewhere. And actually, I decided to binge both episodes yesterday from 10 to midnight. Don't ask me why.
And literally, we got the email at 7 p.m.
Yeah, and then I was thinking about one of the episodes. I couldn't fall asleep.
Oh my word! Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So it was interesting. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yes. But yeah, today we're going to talk about season 1, episode 4 and 5. Episode 4 is Memento Mori, and episode 5 is Spock Amok. So why don't we talk about these in sequence? So we can start with Memento Mori.
How you holding up? The enemy doesn't care about my feelings, Captain, so I don't waste my time having any.
Well, that may be true, but it's not looking that way to the crew.
With all due respect, you know me well enough to know that I don't care what the crew thinks. I've always been blunt, that's just who I am.
Direct, looking at outcomes, not emotion.
Exactly.
But right now, your job isn't just about orders, it's about hope. Belief can be the difference between victory and defeat. Get a crew to believe in miracles, and might just give you one.
I will make that adjustment, but I will not lie to them.
The best miracles are born from truth.
Understood, Captain.
All right. Well, Mike, I'm going to ask you for your overall thoughts on Memento Mori. Or should I start? Do you need me to refresh on like what this episode was about? Or do you remember?
No, I do want to remind you, though, that this was the episode that you said when you first watched this episode, you're like, this is the best episode.
I still
so
think
far.
it's the best episode of the 8 episodes I've seen. I think it's the best episode.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes. But I'm interested to hear. Do you
yeah, sure. I can talk a little bit about it.
What did you think of?
I mean, yeah, it is a really good episode. I mean, I've not been disappointed at all with Strange New Worlds at all. I love the characters. I love the action. This one, quite frankly, the Enterprise gets the shit beat out of it. And I like the faceless enemies that really only live in people's imaginations. It's very it's sort of like the clicking from the Next Generation episode.
Oh my god, schisms. Yes, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, so it's
schisms.
sort of like
we talked about schisms not that long ago.
Yeah, it's a great episode. But the clicking, yeah, and so we have I think it's clicking that the Gorn apparently make, and
it's been a while since I've seen Arena. I don't remember if there was like clicking, but
I don't know either. I don't remember.
Sure.
It's part, that might be a interesting, if I have some time, maybe I'll put that on just to see.
I just remember the choreography, the fighting choreography was terrible. It was like comedic.
Yeah. So yeah.
It was also the
I mean, if they had, remember and there's some Gorn episode.
Bam. Literally, it's like that
yeah.
level of energy. Bam.
Yeah.
I will hit you now. It was like that.
Yes. But I'm pretty sure the Gorn were in Enterprise at some point too, I think.
Were they? I thought they were just on the planet. I thought it was just
No. Sorry, the Gorn were in Star Trek Enterprise.
Oh yes, in Mirror Darkly. Yes.
Oh really? Oh okay. I can't remember.
It was Mirror Universe. The
okay.
The Gorn.
I gotcha.
It was when they stole the Defiant. It was on the Defiant. It was not on the Enterprise. It was on Defiant when they stole the Defiant out of the Tholians. Base. The Gorn was on the ship.
So I like that it's a faceless enemy that
Well, it also has to be for canon purposes.
Sure. But
but it worked. It worked in the favor of the episode.
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, to basically say that these aliens are the thing of nightmares, and there is lots of blood and lots of gore, and not gore, but lots of blood.
It was like when they arrived on the planet, and you could see like the blood stains.
Yes, yeah.
That was great. It was a great teaser.
I mean, yeah, it was scary. I mean, they did a really good job of building up this enemy that, is very deadly. Obviously, wants to kill the Enterprise. Wants to, uses this escape, ship, whatever cargo ship as bait.
Mm-hmm. Very clever
for the Enterprise. They apparently have some sort of cloaking technology. And
I loved the ship designs because they're so not symmetrical and they're so different from what we usually see when it comes to ship designs that it just feels, they feel weird, they feel wrong.
Yeah.
But I thought that worked really well.
They feel alien, and this is definitely a situation where these are aliens, and um yeah, I mean, there's so the for me, I am still struggling with Lon.
La'an. Two
La'an.
syllables. Two syllables.
La'an.
La'an.
Um, I'm
Really?
still struggling with her. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the seriousness of her character. Like she's too serious all the time.
Uh,
Um, you know, and although I did like her in this week's episode, right? I think she's training Uhura,
oh,
right? In
in the episode
106.
that aired
It's tomorrow. This is gonna air tomorrow.
airing tomorrow. Yes.
With the
I'm
really
like
with the
losing
really long.
track. It's like time is I don't know what time is anymore, which is also unfortunate.
Yeah. So anyway, I think yeah, she's she's the only one that's really like that I feel like is heavy in this cast, and this is not a Christina Chung situation. She's playing her character amazingly
Oh, it's a
well. So
character,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, but it's just it's hard to. She's like too serious all the time. Like um and I still think she's kind of serious in the next episode, Spock Amok. I mean, that one I have less of a memory about her and Una's little adventures, but and whether they were, having fun or not. But
There's a
uh
little bit of playfulness, but compared to the rest of the crew, they were like, they were like playing good cop, bad cop. They were like more serious.
yeah, right, yeah.
They both want to be bad cop.
Yeah.
Um, they're over a similar coin in that way.
Yeah, they're almost too similar. But anyway, getting back to Memento Mori, yeah, I think it's really good that Pike is trying to train her as a first officer because obviously Una's seriously injured, so she's kind of out of this episode. Um, Pike respects her kind of, her experience and her knowledge, but she's a horrible first officer because everything's bad. Like she's like Eeyore times 1,000. Like they're gonna kill us. Like we're gonna die. We're gonna fail. Like
Well, yes, but that's
who's
also because of childhood trauma talking. Like it's part of that.
yeah,
Like in
yeah,
a usual
sure,
battle
yeah,
situation, she's very practical.
yeah.
But
So there's that. That I struggle with, but the tension is ripe all the way through this episode. You aren't sure. You can see the sweat on the characters. You can, it feels very visceral and real.
yeah.
And obviously we have Hammer and Uhura down in the cargo bay. That actually I thought was a little bit more lighthearted, their banter. Although the
Yeah, I
threat
guess
is still there from
in comparison.
in comparison to what's going on in the rest of the ship, but their banter is good. But yeah, the tension rides throughout the entire episode, and I think that we I think the most fascinating part of this whole episode was actually the mind meld. Um, and the fact that she now knows about Michael, and
Right.
you
Yeah.
know,
That was
so she's
interesting.
sort of
And Spock was like, "This my melt is over."
yeah, exactly.
It's like, no.
So yeah, so it's kind of interesting that, but you do get to relive her childhood a little bit. You understand where these visions of her brother are coming from, which we don't know it's her brother until the mind meld, really. And I think it's really clever that she figures out how they're communicating and how she, takes out has the mothership kind of take out the other ship.
Yeah,
So
they kind of translated the whole way they communicate a little too quickly and conveniently, but it's fine. It's
yeah,
fine.
I mean, yeah. as you know, but I think the information that she has and the intellect of Spock, I think it could be fairly quick if
Well,
she's
the thing is, like, her brother gives her, if it's like it's
it gives her
basically Morse code.
the
It's basically Morse code,
Morse
right?
code.
And then I'm
Yeah.
like, but grammar, syntax, words, do words directly translate? There's all these questions. Like, like that was
Yeah.
not on the page. It was literally just like, it was literally just Morse code. So I'm kind of like dubious, but I'm also okay.
Yeah, I didn't really give that too much thought because they also had like the big words like weak and whatever the two or three words were like in big bold letters that
Yeah,
they say an awful lot.
it's fine.
So
It's not a big deal. It's just, little things like that.
it doesn't
It's little
it
things
didn't
like that.
distract me.
It's like how we complained about in Discovery. They basically figured out how to communicate with Tennessee in like 20 minutes. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's obviously
Yeah.
more of a narrative device, and in this case, they need to wrap it up because we only have 40-50 minutes for this episode. So,
Yeah, I mean,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say because you mentioned 15 minutes. I'm like, I really love the fact that things are wrapped up in an episode. I mean, it's this is the fourth episode, and we're gonna talk about the fifth episode, but things get wrapped up, and I kind of like it. And then there's carryover, right? Because they have to go back to Starbase to, I think, probably get repairs after
Oh
this.
yeah. Well, that's
So
why they're basically at space dock
on leave, right? Yeah.
the entire next episode. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that continuity that, something happened in one episode there, which leads to what happens in the next episode. So I think that's
That makes
I like
sense.
that. Yeah, I like that part of it. But yeah, I felt the tension throughout. I like, obviously Ortegas has some really quippy little lines, which I think are nice, break the tension for us watching it, but also break the tension that they're experiencing in this battle, which feels very much like oh my gosh, the name of the episode just went out of my head, but the whole Romulan episode from TOS, which is one of my favorite. Yes, it's literally my favorite.
How do I
TOS
remember the
episode.
episode? I think I remember. I think I did watch it once, like 30 years ago.
It's my favorite. It is one of my favorite, if not the most favorite TOS episode. And so it just reminds me of that sort of battle between, it's got a lot of Hunt for Red October vibes. It's got,
Yes,
a lot of
they're very obvious. And this episode, I mean, we're kind of behind the ball game here, but this episode has already been discussed extensively on other podcasts and blogs. But definitely the whole like submarine vibe, Hunt for Red October, Crimson Tide. It was very much influenced by that genre, which I really liked.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I did too.
And yeah, no, I thought it worked really well. Going back to La'an's character, I mentioned this the last couple of episodes. I really like La'an. Like, I have this thing for like tortured characters. Like, I love tortured characters. And it's like I think it's a combination of trying to understand the depths of their pain and suffering, which I really enjoy, and like trying to understand how that is influencing their day-to-day lives and their decision making. But then they have the opportunity to see hope and redemption, which I think is the whole conversation between Pike and La'an, right? Because La'an was like, we're all gonna die. We either it's them or us, like, and it was like in the briefing room or whatever. And then Pike was like, gotta hold up. You're like, 1 second, how are you doing? And that's when it was a funny line. I actually wrote down somewhere, but I lost those notes. It was like he was like reminding her, like, yeah, you gotta like, show like a little bit of hope. You can't just like tell it as it is. And then she was like, noted or something. She was like confirming receipt. She was like, I got it. um, and
Confirming receipt.
it was
Yes.
really funny, like because that is her, and yeah, I think that's what's interesting about these like torture characters. It's like they have this, that there's gonna be this arc where they kind of eventually see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they have the most room to grow. And I think that really draws me to her because she still has like, obviously we see in the next episode she just does have a little bit of playful side. But obviously it's just kind of buried under all this like trauma and baggage. But yeah, I really like her character a lot. She's one of my favorites, other than Ortegas, which is my other favorite, which is the total opposite. She's probably a little bit too free-spirited and too lighthearted. But I also enjoy Ortegas for that reason. She's just we get a lot of that in the next episode, just like small things that she does that I think, like you were saying, kind of lighten the mood, or she has that like kind of playful spirit, which I also resonate with.
Yeah, she's sassy, she's spunky, she's sarcastic, she's the Pike maneuver, all these little one-liners that are great tension releasers. So yeah, and it's a pretty, it's a great episode, and obviously we know everyone's gonna come out of it, but but
you can still feel the like you're saying, the tension, even though everyone's gonna probably be okay. Like it's the tension of it. You still feel there are stakes. Even though
absolutely, that's where I was going with that. Yeah.
You still feel the stakes, and I feel that for them to be able to get you to feel that, even though everyone's gonna be fine, I think just really speaks to how well this episode was crafted. Just story wise. So
yeah, really well written episode, and very, very enjoyable. And
it's like one of those episodes where if you're not a Star Trek fan, you can watch it and be like, wow, this is actually, it's pretty intense. There's a lot going on. It's a easy kind of like, if you feel like watching an action-packed episode, this is it.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, you are yawning and dying,
coughing, yawning / coughing. So
but yeah, I think that we can probably move on to the next episode, unless you have more to say about Memento Mori. So yeah,
I do like the pins that they wear. I do like
we totally forgot to talk about Starfleet Remembrance Day, right?
Yeah, which I thought was nice. This episode aired right around Memorial Day, which I think was really well timed. Did not register at all. So Starfleet Remembrance Day, and everybody's wearing their pins of whatever ship they served on where there were losses. So yeah, we've seen the 12 pins in the display, the Strange New Worlds display, and
twice. We saw it in Chicago, and then at the Paley Center. Is that?
Yeah, Paley Center.
Center. I can't say it right.
Paley, and I'm looking forward to seeing them come out for fan sets. So that's exciting.
It's totally gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. Just a matter of when. So yeah, I thought that those were really, really nice to see. I remember there was a lot of speculation about what they were before the series started. And so it was nice to finally find out what they were and why people were wearing it. And yeah, I mean, I like that it came full circle at the end, and La'an was wearing hers.
Name, right?
I can't, so yeah, I thought it was a nice piece to this puzzle, and that Pike, we lost 7 Enterprise crew members during this, and that weighs heavily on Pike.
Was it 7? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was 7. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Don't recall.
yeah, it's nice to have there were stakes, and that's impacted Pike. Pike is impacted by these things, so which I like. I like that these things sort of carry on with him and are part of his ongoing character development. So yeah.
That's right. I forgot about Starfleet Remembrance Day, but that was a nice touch. Yeah. It was a good bookend for the episode. I agree.
Yeah.
But then that's that's part of La'an's journey. She doesn't want to wear the pin at first, and then she comes to accept that it is part of her past, and it's great. Love La'an.
Yeah.
All right.
So
cool. Well, why don't we get into the next episode, which is Spock Amok.
Nurse Chapel.
You can call me Christine.
Christine, I wanted to thank you again for your help.
Hey, no big deal.
Perhaps not, but for me, the deal was very big indeed.
Just try to be honest with what you can and can't offer from now on.
You needn't worry. Vulcans cannot lie. At least, not in the way that humans can.
I mean honest with yourself.
So I can start us with this episode. I also really like this episode. So Memento Mori and Spock Amok are probably my 2 favorite episodes I've seen of Stranger Worlds this season. Spock Amok was just funny. It was just like, I didn't expect it. We went into, when we watched it, we just watched the screener, so we didn't have a teaser or anything like that, which honestly made it more pleasant surprise going into it. Where, it's a humor episode, and it's very Spock centric, but we get a little bit of everyone, which is really great. Everyone has a few moments. There we get a lot of Spock into Pring, obviously. We get a lot with Nurse Chapel, and we get more of her starting to, her feelings for Spock are starting to develop more, which I haven't seen since, I think, episode 2. We saw a little bit of episode 2. But we haven't seen that since then, so we saw a little bit more of that. We obviously get Una and La'an kind of trying to figure out what Enterprise Bingo was and what that's all about, and doing it themselves. And this whole idea of there's a lot of hijinks, I thought that was that fit the theme of the episode really well. It's all about hijinks. And I really do like, I think Spock was definitely the centerpiece of this episode, and his relationship with T'Pring. I'm really interested to see, because T'Pring is, she's recurring, she's in a number of episodes this season. I'm really interested to see where they decide to bring this whole story, because obviously by the time we get to Amok time, it's no good. It's like they're not in a good place, and T'Pring is like, I want out. She's very obvious. It's very obvious that there's no love lost between them at that point. And we have 10 years to go, I guess, before we get there. So and it's it's interesting. It's I don't know. And I love to kind of hear your thoughts about this. A lot of, it's a lot about war-fight balance, right? And what Spock really, his commitment to, and his duty to Starfleet, but then his duty and commitment to T'Pring, and the seemingly difficulty that he's having kind of balancing that, and also the long distance nature of their relationship. I don't know if they were planning to make that kind of be the main reason why things don't work out between them, or there's more. But it was a very like relatable problem. And
Yeah, definitely. I thought that was very, very, very key. And she has a busy career too.
Yeah, it's like she's just sitting in, although she was sitting for Spock, waiting for him to come home to dinner in this episode.
Yes,
she has a career of her own. She's also
and she got called away for work as well. So obviously when they switched bodies, so Spock in her body and inhabiting her body, and so yeah,
and they basically both get the opportunity to do each other's jobs for a hot minute.
Yes. See each other as experience and have empathy, or learn empathy for what each of them is going through and what they're doing. So yeah, I do have to understand
how Pon Far works, because I feel that they're now like having sex whenever, and it's like, is Pon Far basically just like, you gotta have sex every 7 years, like if you don't it's gonna kick in, or what? Like I kind of need to understand the logistics of that a little bit deeper.
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that, but
yeah, because I feel that like in the original series, I feel we had the idea that like Spock was just like this like sexless guy. They bury all emotion, like Vulcans bury all emotion, and they also reject their sexual the sexual side of themselves. But then once every 7 years, they need to indulge or something. They need to get it out of their system somehow. But here it's like, whatever, Chris, he was about to get naked, you interrupted us. I was like, okay, guess they were about to like go at it, like it seems much more of something that they just readily embrace, which I think is an interesting side to the Vulcans that we know and love, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a different take, and I'm liking it. I'm liking exploring their relationship. I'm liking seeing the challenges and the Vulcan humor, and it's that was a really enjoyable part of this episode. The Rongovian part of this is probably the least interesting part of this episode, other than we get to see Admiral April, and we get to see Captain Pike in his green
the green tunic,
and which is everyone is going gaga over, I guess. And
I mean
it does look good on him,
good in a green tunic.
Yeah, I think it looks better in yellow, but that's just me. But the green callback is a nice touch. And so there's that, and then there's
the whole thing with the Rongovians. That was really just, it was, at the end of the day, that was really just a narrow device to serve the whole Spock to Pring storyline, because that kind of forced T'Pring to literally sit in Spock's seat and kind of see the value that he's bringing to the Federation, right?
Yeah, but it also has that diplomatic piece where they are the whole point of this species is to understand where they're
like radical empathy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this idea that having empathy for another species rather than your own perspective, I guess, is that, I don't even know how to put it, to be honest, but the key being that you had to see things from the aliens, from the Rongovians' perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it poses an interesting challenge. I think it's great character development for Pike. who, again, just continues to solidify his skill set as captain, as, one of the great Starfleet captains. So, there's that happening. There's this whole idea that the crew is going on shore leave. So, we have Christine Chapel, who's kind of like, just likes hooking up and doesn't want to take anything seriously.
Yeah,
and,
she's like, she's like, I'm rewatching all of like Sex and the City right now. I'm on season 4, and it's just like that spirit is alive and well in the 23rd century. It's fine
and good. I mean, I think
it's just also I think it was also revealed that she's basically like bi, or she's like whatever. Or whatever.
I guess I didn't pick up on that, but
whatever labels exist in the 23rd century. She mentions like a female.
Okay.
Or it was between.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, because she's talking about this guy that she's about to hook up with and potential misunderstandings or whatever, and Ortega was like, "Oh, what about that girl?" Like so on and so forth.
Oh yeah, right. Yep.
And then your shepherd was like, "Oh, that was a misunderstanding," or something like that. Like I don't quite remember the exact lines, but it was like a quick. It was a very quick quick one-liner. But we basically get the lowdown that she's pansexual or bisexual or whatever, like something like that.
Yeah, and she's she doesn't want it to get serious. So she's just in it for the adventure.
At the end, we also do get, because they're talking, Ortegas and Chapel are talking, and Chapel was like, "Yeah, but maybe for the right guy," Oh,
so yeah.
So that's kind of, because that's when we already getting the hint that she feels that there's Benoche more Spock. So
right.
That's already kind of doomed, as we know.
Right. Yeah. There's no future in that. So hopefully they won't focus too much on that and continue to develop the character, in her own way, apart from Spock, and just have that be like sort of a back burner thing. I hope they don't focus on that too much, because I want to get to know Chapel as she is, and
I think that's the thing. I think that it's hard because this season's only 10 episodes and we have 9 characters, and I definitely think there's a lot of potential for each of the characters, but you're starting to get that some of these characters just are one note, and not that it's always going to stay that way, but for example, like Mabenga is about his daughter, right? Chapel is about Spock. I don't even like Ortega doesn't really, other than being kind of spunky, she doesn't have much of a we don't know much about her. Like she's kind of like this spunky lieutenant that's also good at a good driver. Like she's a good pilot. Hemmer, we know Hemmer is not in this episode. He's not, and kind of a spoiler, he's not in the next 2 episodes. So it's like we know very little about him. At least he had a little bit more to do in Memento Mori, but we still don't know much about him. And I'm still waiting for the episode where we get to see Andor or something, and we kind of find out more about how he became an engineer. There's more to do there. But right now, we were still, the thing is, we're still focused a lot on the primary characters of. It's mostly really just Pike and Spock. Una, I feel we're getting a little bit more, like at least we know her background, that she's a Lyrian, but other than the one episode where we find out she's an Illyrian, that hasn't been brought up again. Like I'm still trying to figure out like Una's identity beyond the fact that she's number 1 and that she's an Illyrian. A little bit. Like I feel we know more about Line than Una in some ways. Like we understand Lan as a character more than we do Una.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we are getting some, but it's also hard. It's like 10 episodes. I want like 15 episodes or something. Like 10 episodes just doesn't seem like a lot of space to dedicate to really serving 9 characters and really giving them enough space to breathe. But it's more than we get in Discovery, so whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like this is sort of an ensemble. I was actually thinking about this today or yesterday. I was thinking, because you're hearing a lot about how close this cast is and how tight they are and how, and I was thinking about that in comparison to Discovery. And, Anson has been kind of more towards the top of the call sheet in other shows. So I attribute a lot of this like camaraderie to him being number 1 on the call sheet.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure he sets
a certain tone, and yeah, he's a. It's like how guy,
Avery Brooks. We all know, like DS9, the cast was not super close, but that was because Avery Brooks just approached it super professionally. He was like kind of like a no nonsense kind of guy. So
yeah. So I mean, I think it's really whatever tone. Obviously, it's a great tone, but however Anson's doing this, he's really setting a tone of, in a way that is really coming through in all the acting and in the cast of this show. And so, I think that's what's attributable to how good this season is. Really, is the fact that his leadership in bringing this cast together has impacted the storytelling. I mean, it's clear that these characters look like they've been together for years, which or these actors have been together for years. So
the dynamic is great, but the way they play off each other, and I don't really think there's like a weak link really between.
No, I don't think so at all.
I just want to know more, because right now I do think that there are just some of the characterizations are a little simple, but it's also we haven't spent too much time with them yet. But I don't want exactly what we're saying. I don't want Chapel to just be defined by her love interest in Spock,
right? Yeah, exactly. I definitely don't want that. I think
does she have a hobby? Does she have an aquarium? I'm interested. I want to know.
Yeah. I think we'll get that. I think that over the course of 5 seasons, I think 50 episodes, I think we're gonna get to know these characters really well. Plus, there is a book coming out for this show in November, so that's the first book in the Strange New Worlds kind of lit verse, and so I'm looking for. I always look forward to that. So yeah, I'm excited to learn more about this crew. I enjoy it, and the one thing I do want to talk about this episode, how La'an and Una were on the hull of the Enterprise as the Rongovians, the sail ship by. Yeah, it's such a great shot. I mean, the visuals, I think that they've done a tremendous job with the AR wall in Strange New Worlds. Like they're literally using this much better, much better than Discovery did, to be honest. So I think it's they're doing a great job. The visuals of that scene were just incredible. And it also just is really cool to see 2 characters walking on the saucer section of the Enterprise, and signing their name on
they should have had the belt from the animated series. I'm just saying they should. That would have been a good tie-in. Yeah.
So it's another strong episode. The comedic value of this is, I think there's some great lessons under there about empathy and putting yourself in someone else's shoes and all of that. So I think this is a fantastic episode, fun episode, definitely needed after the previous week's Gorn episode. where it was very like life or death, and
It was very, yes, it was a good counterpoint to that episode.
yes,
And
yeah.
I think
So
I think they really pulled it off well because other than Lower Decks, which is very different like than everything else, I think in terms of live action comedy, it can be a little bit hit or miss with Star Trek. I feel the most consistent ones, if you were to ask me, would probably be the Frankie episodes for DS9. Those are probably the most consistent live action comedic episodes. But sometimes you just laugh because it's so crazy and silly. But I thought that this episode did the comedy really well. It wasn't like, LOL every like 2 minutes, but there were just a few moments that just kind of made you like chuckle or laugh or something like that.
yeah, it was lighthearted. It was lighthearted, and no stakes really. It was just kind of fun, and yeah, definitely a great inverse of the previous episode. So,
and I
all around.
really, I going back to Spock and T'Pring, I really like T'Pring as a character. Like, I think that she and I don't know the actress's name off the top of my head. I should probably know it. Do you know it? No.
I do not know.
But I feel that she and Ethan Peck have great banter and chemistry. I feel they play off each other really well. But the creative director at my agency, we got on a meeting and then and he said something to me. I was like, what? He was like, what? And he was saying to me what Spock and T'Pring say to each other, like waiting but never wait. Like, when they greet each other, do you know what I'm talking about? It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like
yeah.
greeting. It's like, I can't even like say what it is, and Memory Alpha is not up right now, so I can't help you. But it's like
her name's Gia
something.
Sandhu.
What?
T'Pring is played by Gia Sandhu.
Okay, well, there we are. But he was saying this to me. I was like, what the fuck are you talking? And he was like, Spock and T'Pring's greeting to each other. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, got it.
Totally out of context, right?
Yeah, totally out of context. I was like, okay, I've seen this episode once. I mean, I appreciate it, but
yeah.
And now I need to kind of look it up.
It's funny that there are on Memory Alpha there's nothing under memorable quotes. It's empty.
Oh.
So
really?
It's funny because I was scrolling through to find Gia's name, and then I was like, oh, maybe they have all the quotes listed and I can say the one that you're trying to get at, and nope, there's no memorable quotes. So yeah.
Okay, well, there we are then. Because if it's not Memory Alpha, then parted from me but never parted, never and always touching and touched. There we go. Oh, meeting at the appointed place. There we go.
There we go.
It's something ridiculous that I'm not going to be able to remember. Yeah, he said it to me. I was like, I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about. So I needed a moment.
Yes, there we go.
Cool. All right. Anything else about this episode?
No, I think I'm sure there's more we could talk about, but I think that's a good discussion of it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, you made it, Mike, despite being sick and
I did
having COVID. You got through the discussion of these two episodes, which you apparently had barely remembered, but you remembered stuff. So great.
Yeah, it's true. And the nice thing about this too is that I'll go back and watch these episodes. Like I'm enjoying watching and rewatching these episodes. Like I will probably go back and watch the Gorn episode again, and also Spock Amok. I think they're a good pairing.
They
They're a
are.
good
They are.
pairing, you know.
Yes. So we
So
have
I'm
five
glad,
more.
kind of glad we got to talk about both of them at the same time because you know, it's a nice dichotomy.
Yeah, for sure. So I was gonna say, so we have 5 more episodes of Strange New Worlds next 5 weeks. We have yet to hear any formal announcements about Lower Decks or Prodigy, and it's really not far away. 5 weeks is gonna go by very quickly. Brent Spiner did an interview where he said that he thinks that season 3 of Picard is actually going to be next February. And I was like, really?
Oh.
So I was like, what's happening for the rest of this year? So, I mean, we're going to get Lower Decks at some point this summer, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And then I would assume, however, they're going to air 10 more episodes of Prodigy, like 5 and 5 again, or maybe 10 in a row. I don't know. I'm just surprised that
stick with my prediction.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten an announcement yet.
I mean, I would expect an announcement probably in the next week. I think now that we're looking down at 106 coming out tomorrow, I would expect within the next week we'll have some idea of what's next. With only a month left of Strange New Worlds, and I'm sticking with my prediction. I really think that Picard's gonna round out the end of 2022. And,
yeah, I feel. I mean, they finished filming it months ago. I feel that they would be able to pump it out, but I mean,
yeah, they're ahead of the other two.
Nowhere near done. Discovery's nowhere near done. Season 2.
No. Discovery is just started filming.
I understand. That's why I'm saying it's nowhere near done. They just started filming. They just started filming like maybe a week or 2 ago.
A week ago, Wilson Cruz went back to Toronto, so so we won't see him around the city anytime soon.
We know that Strange New Worlds season 2 was already well underway when we were in Chicago, but there, that means that it's still not fully wrapped right now. Probably there's no way. The post of it all is going to take a while. So
unless there's some surprise that they have in store for us, I still believe that November we're going to see Picard. We'll see. I think we're probably going to get another 5 episodes of Prodigy, and then some Lower Decks, and maybe then some more Prodigy. And and I think after that, all that's really on the books that's in the can is Picard. So so that's we still have 20, almost a half a year of Star Trek. But yeah, it really depends. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have a few weeks off. Who knows?
No.
I'm doubtful that we'll have a week off, but maybe we will.
I don't know.
So anyway, but let me take a moment to talk about our sponsor, Fansets. As you know, Johnson, I know. I love Fansets, and
you love
the team over.
You love things.
Yes, but they do amazing pin collectibles, and their newest pins are the Terran Empire Discovery pins, which you can get in magnetic or pin format, and they look gorgeous. They're amazing as always, and I'm anticipating the Memento Mori pins as well.
For sure. It's literally it's a pin. So literally they are.
Yeah,
pins.
So looking forward to that as well. But they have a ton of other series and things at Fansets. So for any of you out there who are not just Star Trek fans, but also Rick and Morty or DC Comics or Big Bang Theory, or Scooby-Doo, there are a ton of pins over there. And if you head over to fansets.com, put a bunch of pins in your cart. If you are in the US and you spend more than $30, you're going to get free shipping. And then you can also use the code TrekGeeks, all one word, at checkout for 10% off your order. So We want to thank Fansets
Does that need to
for
be all
being.
capitals, or does it matter? You know.
I think it probably is all capitals.
Well, there we go.
But we want to thank Fansets for sponsoring Deep Space Pride and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network.
Thanks, Fansets. We would also love for you listeners to give us a good review / 5-star review if you like this episode and others like it on your podcast platform of choice. And we also love to hear from you. You can email us at deepspacepride@gmail.com, or you can reach us on Twitter and Instagram at Deep Space Pride. All right, Mike. Well, I think that does it for this episode. Next week we are talking about this episode. I don't remember the name of it. It's
the really long titled episode, and
now I need to know. Memory Alpha is not loading. Oh my god.
It is called Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach.
Thank you. Okay. Well,
yes.
There we are.
Which is a very which is a quote within the episode. So you do.
It
is?
Yes,
it is. Wow. You were clearly paying attention.
No, I paid attention to this episode. I just don't remember that being uttered in the episode.
Yes.
Is it from something? Like, is it from the quote? From
it
something?
Comes up in I think it comes up in the in sick bay.
But is it a quote from something?
Yeah, it's something from their history or something, some story, I forget. But it's yeah.
Sometimes these episodes are very like wax poetic. I'm like, all right. It's like from something, or like the ones that are like Latin. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
it is culturally significant to the main characters or the guest starring characters of this episode. So
it is significant, and I can see what it is. I just don't remember it being said in the episode.
Yes, no, it was definitely it was. Oh yeah, I'm 99% sure it was. I mean, unless my brain has already gone to COVID.
Well, you've misremembered a few Star Trek facts, so I need to rewatch this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I heard them say it, and I was like, oh, that's where the name of the episode came from.
Okay, but
anyway.
I need to rewatch it, because sometimes the screeners are great, but I always watch with closed captioning, which isn't available on the screeners. Because sometimes they say these names of things. I'm like, I have no idea what you said. Like, and sometimes like I have problems like understanding some of the characters once in a while. I have no idea what we're saying.
No, it's handy. It's handy for those. It's also handy for some of the background talking that happens.
Yeah, like sometimes it'll be the PA or something. Like,
yeah. So it does help. It does. You kind of get some additional clues as to what's going on and who says what or whatnot. So
because sometimes these like pronouns are like random. I mean, they're all made up. So you're like, I have no idea what they just said. Like, how do you pronounce this alien species name? Like what? It's helpful. So,
yes.
Cool. All right. Well, Mike, thanks for being a trooper and for making it through this hour plus recording on a Wednesday night at like 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, we made it. Now I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Talk to you guys all next week.
See you next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Deep Space Pride is a production of Coconut Media Works. Executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek discussion, discover the other shows of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network at trekgeeks.com or find us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app.
looking at